When I have a little money, I buy books. And if I have any left, I buy food and clothes. Your library is your paradise. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. The desire to write grows with writing. The summit of happiness is reached when a person is ready to be what he is. The chief element of happiness is this: to want to be what you are. He who allows oppression shares the crime. Women can't live with them, can't live without them. A nail is driven out by another nail. Habit is overcome by habit. The main hope of a nation lies in the proper education of its youth. War is delightful to those who have had no experience of it. Give light, and the darkness will disappear of itself. Before you sleep, read something that is exquisite and worth remembering. If you keep thinking about what you want to do, or what you hope will happen, you don't do it, and it won't happen. For anyone who loves intensely, lives not in himself, but in the object of his love. And the further he can move out of himself into his love, the happier he is. Only a very few can be learned, but all can be Christian, all can be devout, and, I shall boldly add, all can be theologians. The most disadvantageous peace is better than the most just war. Bidden or unbidden, God is present. The highest form of bliss is living with a certain degree of folly. Everybody hates a prodigy, detests an old head on young shoulders. A good portion of speaking will consist in knowing how to lie. At last concluded that no creature was more miserable than man. For that, all other creatures are content with those bounds that nature set them. Only man endeavors to exceed them. Given a choice between a folly and a sacrament, one should always choose the folly. Because we know sacrament will not bring us closer to God, and there's always the chance that a folly will. Human affairs are so obscure and various that nothing can be clearly known. Read first the best books. The important thing for you is not how much you know, but the quality of what you know. There is no joy in possession without sharing. Man's mind is so formed that it is far more susceptible to falsehood than to truth. By a carpenter mankind was made, and only by that carpenter can mankind be remade. No one respects a talent that is concealed. Frugality is a handsome income. Great abundance of riches cannot be gathered and kept by any man without sin. Fortune favors the audacious. He who doesn't sin is the greatest sinner of all. War is sweet to those who haven't tasted it. I am a citizen of the world, known to all, and to all a stranger. Prevention is better than cure. It is the chiefest point of happiness that a man is willing to be what he is. Nothing is as peevish and pedantic as men's judgments of one another. The majority of the common people loathe war and pray for peace. Only a handful of individuals, whose evil joys depend on general misery, desire war. It is a greater advantage to be honestly educated than honorably born. What passes out of one's mouth passes into 100 ears. It is a great misfortune not to have sense enough to speak well. It is an unscrupulous intellect that does not pay to antiquity its due reverence. Do not be guilty of possessing a library of learned books while lacking learning yourself. Luther was guilty of two great crimes. He struck the Pope in his crown and the monks in their belly. What is popularly called fame is nothing but an empty name and a legacy from paganism. By burning Luther's books you may rid your bookshelves of him, but you will not rid men's minds of him. Aphorisms are in history the same as pearls in the sand or gold in the mine. No man is wise at all times, or is without his blind side. Reflection is a flower of the mind, giving out wholesome fragrance. But revelry is the same flower, when rank and running to seed. I doubt if a single individual could be found from the whole of mankind, free from some form of insanity. The only difference is one of degree. It is wiser to treat men and things as though we held this world the common fatherland of all. Young bodies are like tender plants, which grow and become hardened to whatever shape you've trained them. There are some people who live in a dream world, and there are some who face reality. And then there are those who turn one into the other. When a husband tells his wife that she is the, and she will be the only one, that means he does need another such stress. Power without goodness is unmitigated tyranny, and without wisdom, it is destruction, not government. The more ignorant, reckless and thoughtless a doctor is, the higher his reputation soars even amongst powerful princes. Fools are without number. Man is to man either a gold or a wolf. Time takes away the grief of men. Don't give your advice before you are called upon.